Alright, what up? Back for more to keep the raw, represent everyone's you and I verse. Going to do on the new moon in Leo, and it's new experiences on stage. But first, we go to the music real fast. It's called Third Person. Constant pursuit of president, speaking dollars, it's my precedence. Elevated, overthrow the president, flowing better than it's ever been. A young Anglo-American, godly how we swiftly mix the recipe. In the custody belief, high vibe, red zone and found myself. A with the vision, heaven, elemental, periodic verse, hidden inside 47. You'll be astonished, chronic, oop, doted, smoking out my lungs. Pack a punch, that solid weed, make my eyes bleed. Broken vision, fixing like my elemental matters. Mary pick a child screen, make my chakras balance. Truly want a lady, while I'm blessed, truly want to thank ya. Truly want to thank yeah, to my creator, Mamikati, love renaissance to the foolishness, saw love from up above. Switching lanes, gripping on the wheel again to the fifth dimension. Face a whole seven in a sit-in. Indian style, dude. Tripping blood united too. But don't pass, fool. Start to this killing concept. Spot to drop the bomb first. On these bitch made of leaders and they go the truly golden leaders. But it's gangland, so grab your heater. Cold as Alaska, we are King Kunta. To these martial law pursuers, another dead by police or interracial beef. Ground in the melting pot, divide and conquer. How they plan to feast. So like I said, we got the new moon in Leo, right? So it's new experiences on stage. And these new experiences are essentially based on your focus or what you're focusing on. So you could either be having a beneficial focus and essentially have the stage be a beneficial circumstance to the point where you put yourself on stage and people could see you shine. Or it could be dramatic to the point where everything hits the fan, everything blows up. And that's essentially what the Leo energy is all about. Is everything hitting the fan? It's either everything hits the fan in a beneficial way to a point where everything that you've accumulated previously, it's essentially bringing yourself to the forefront and it's benefiting you, or it's non-beneficial because the light you're shining is essentially beneficial or non-beneficial. Essentially, Leo is like the narcissist sign. So it's either the Leo is shining for an aspect that they see as beneficial to themselves, but in turn, it could be non-beneficial in the wide scope of things. So we go ahead and get into the alignments because we got the moon conjuncting Venus, right? And with the moon conjuncting Venus, it's essentially feeling comfortable with our values or valuing our focus at this point in time and having new experiences in this value system as well, based on this being a new moon. We also have the moon sextile in Mars, Jupiter, and Lilith. So with this sextile in Mars, we're going to be feeling comfortable to express our passion. And based on Jupiter, we're going to be feeling comfortable expanding in our communication styles as well. And keep in mind, Mars in Gemini is a very fast-moving intention, very fast-moving passion. So essentially, we're going to be feeling comfortable in our passionate ways of being. Then moving forward, we also have, like I say, Moon, Sextile, and Lilith. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Kim Wiley. Shout out to Bashar. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dominic. You know what I'm saying? And with all this being said, you know what I'm saying? We got, like I said, the Moon, Sextile, and Lilith. And with this being said, the Moon, Sextile, and Lilith is all about the darkest moment. So we're feeling comfortable in this darkest moment to relate, and based on it being Libra. So it can be beneficial or non-beneficial because if you have this focus in your emotions to a point where you see yourself being on stage and putting yourself to the forefront, then essentially you're feeling comfortable relating with this darkest moment and things like that. So yeah, moving forward, shout out to everybody in the chat, like I say, but we have the moon squaring Uranus, right? So the moon squaring Uranus is essentially learning to be feeling comfortable with establishing or being comfortable with our rebellious nature or grounding our rebellion and things of that nature, or being the individual. You know what I'm saying? I just seen it because I just seen some people saying some wild stuff, but at the end of the day, people is funny. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to ABK as well. And moving forward, we have the moon trining the north node and also trining Chiron. So with the moon trining the north node is having the gift to express or feel comfortable with our purpose or our uncomfortable moments to a point where we realize we have to be an individual to achieve our purpose, so to speak. And we also have Chiron being in Aries, so it's also being in a trine circumstance situation. So we're having the gift to be an individual in our space that we're wounded as well, and have the gift to express this or feeling comfortable expressing or being on the stage, being that individual at this point in time. And moving forward, we have the moon in conjuncting Saturn and also Neptune, based on the moon being in Leo, and then Saturn being in Pisces, and also Neptune being in Pisces, excuse me, which is a 150-degree angle. So, with this being said, the in conjunction is all about a misunderstanding. So, us feeling comfortable in our emotions and feeling comfortable on the stage at this point in time may be misunderstanding what we need to actually restrict to achieve our dreams. And also with Neptune being here, it's our illusion or our nightmare. So either we feel comfortable in this misunderstanding to a point where we can accept that this circumstance situation can actually benefit our dream, or it can be in a circumstance situation where it's misunderstanding things to a point where in this illusion. And keep in mind, being delusional or being in an illusion might not always be non-beneficial to a point where, you know, saying if you're actually dreaming big, people are always going to see you as delusional. And then moving forward, we have the moon opposing Lilith, right? And pardon me, moon opposing Pluto. And with the moon opposing Pluto, you're feeling comfortable adding on or opposing to deep transformation or change. So you're going to have a new experience in all of these aspects as well. So keep in mind, we're going to have a new experience whenever it deals with our deep transformation or our change based on our associates. So depending on how you relate at this point in time, it's going to be transformative for the future. Then moving forward, I'm going to go ahead and break down all the rising signs and based on the houses, what you're kind of experiencing based on your rising sign. So Leo having the first house is having new experiences based on being an individual on the stage. And either you feel comfortable being that individual on the stage on the higher octave, or on the lower octave, you kind of think low about yourself. You don't think too highly about yourself at this point in time, to a point where you need to actually have your own focus on your own personal affairs and circumstances, situations, and that's how you get to the beneficial high octave based on being a Leo rising. So don't be too dramatic at this point in time in your personal life, and realize that everybody has their own things that they go through. And in these kind of circumstance situations, like everybody has their own personal affairs that they go through. And whenever they have that new moon experienced in their first time with what actually wants to be said, and like what the algorithm has at this point in time, actually higher views benefits me or not, and it doesn't benefit me. At the end of the day, as long as I'm helping myself and others, that's really what matters at the end of the day. So yeah, getting back to the point, Cancer having in the second house is essentially valuing their circumstance situations on the stage. So essentially, you're going to have new values of your expression at this point in time. So you're going to be expressing yourself in new ways and feeling comfortable in your around the people, places, things, and ideas that you're dealing with. The second house is that people, places, things, and ideas. So keep in mind, you're going to have new values and new experiences to value in this point in time based on how you interact and say on the stage and things like that. So being on the octave, you either value what you got going on, or on the lower octave at this point in time, you're not finding things that you could actually value about being on the forefront, so to speak. So essentially, based on Cancer and what they care about, could actually put themselves on the higher octave, because you caring about what you value can actually benefit you at this point in time. Because keep in mind, you're right beside Leo. Like Cancer is at home in the moon, and Leo's at home in the sun. So at this point in time, you're either benefiting yourself or you're benefiting others at this point in time based on what you care about and what you value at this point in time. So yeah, YouTube is really playing with me right now. You know what I'm saying? Almost making me want to restart the live. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I may do that and I may not. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. See if I can do something real quick. Shoot. Yeah, this is wild. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep on going because you know what I'm saying, I know y'all tapped in. So yeah, moving forward, Gemini rising is having the Leo in the third house.